What up, YouTube? It's me, Isaac, coming to you with another edition of my life. So, one thing I love about having about quote having my own apartment. As you all know, I've done videos of my my independent live over. I've done a couple videos since I moved into the apartment that is attached to my parents' house. Um, one awesome thing I love about that is when I just had my bedroom at when before we moved, I couldn't play guitar whenever the hell I wanted. But now that I've got my own place, as long as I've got my guitar tuned and my strings aren't oxidizing like they are now, that sucks. I can just, well, at least my main guitar is oxidizing. My main guitar strings are oxidizing, which sucks like hell. I mean, if I had my Fender, I could just be playing right now, but actually, I think my Fenders might be in my closet, which, if that's true, tomorrow I'm taking her out and jamming. But either way, either way, that'll be fun if my Fender is in my closet, which I'm not sure. But I know my main guitar's strings are oxidizing and need to be changed because of because they have the smell of garlic, and that was the main sign that that your strings are oxidizing. And I normally love the smell of garlic, but not when it's coming off my strings. That really sucks because I love taking good care of my uncle's guitar and all that stuff. It I've told you in previous videos that after I lost my uncle, I really thought I was never gonna pick up another guitar again. The only time I'd pick up a guitar was if it was a Fender, and that would have only been to hang it up on the wall, especially if it was a an original Fender from like when Fender first gets started. Like a 75 Fender is one that I've had my eye on. Well, actually I've had my eye on even earlier Fenders, but a 75 maybe 1980 Fender would be pretty damn sweet. And and that would be really cool. I know a few people who actually have really good sounding Fenders. Although I do have one Fender, but she's just one of those cheap ass beginner models for beginners to start playing. But I really wonder because I wanted a Fender guitar. But one of the main guitars I want to just hold, if I ever get the chance to hold a Stratocaster, I'm taking the damn chance because those are some of the coolest sounding guitars in the world, especially if it's a 68, which would be really nice to get my hands on, even just hold. It would be a dream come true, and I'm looking forward to the day that I actually get to hold a 68 Fender Strat. even if I'm not able to play it, if I'm just able to hold it, that would be a dream come true. Another dream come true would be if I could play it on the Grand Ole Opry stage. That would be badass. And I would just love it. I mean, I love being a musician anyway, but being a but playing on one of the most famous stages with possibly some of my favorite country artists surrounding me would be awesome as hell. And I've had that dream since I first picked up my main guitar when it was exactly a week from my 8th birthday, when my uncle said when I was watching my uncle and he said, "Here, bud, I've noticed you watching me. Want to give it a try?" Once he handed me that guitar, I knew that I felt a jolt of, well, I don't know if it was really lightning, but I felt a connection start with me and the guitar, which as soon as soon as my uncle looked into my eyes, I'm pretty sure he knew that I felt the connection, which so every week after, well, not every week, but most, like, at least once or twice a month, I'd go over there and he'd give me lessons, which, damn if I don't miss those lessons, except for when I'm meditating, because it's like I'm still having the lessons, which, as soon as I get back into my body after a meditation session, I remember every damn thing we go over, which is awesome as hell. And I think the reason why I can remember everything is because of the way I've trained my brain, or at least the musical part of my brain. And yeah, it's I can't believe that for 6 months after I lost my uncle, I was in a not a horrible mindset, because I never thought I'd pick up a guitar again. What brought me out of the darkness was actually something my other uncle did, and that was he just sent me a link to the song "Return to the House at Pooh Corner." As soon as I heard the first chord being plucked, I immediately snapped out of the darkest, well, actually, it wasn't the darkest recesses of my mind, although at the time it was pretty damn close to that. And my mindset for those 6 months was, why would I pick up a guitar again? I just lost my guitar teacher. So for those first 6 months, it was hell. I mean, I know it was hell for my mom's side of the family, but for me personally, it was it just those first 6 months were not a good time at all. But it's thanks to my uncle I'm able to play again. And that's freaking amazing, because of my uncle. I won't say his name, but my late uncle's brother knew how close my late uncle and I were, and hell, I'm still close with him. Every time I pick up that guitar, it's like my late uncle is still here, and I'll be damned if it doesn't feel amazing when that happens. Damn, it doesn't seem like it's been as long as it has. That just really, that really effing sucks. To lose somebody as close as I was to my late uncle. That really freaking sucks. And to this day, one of the main things that keeps me going is just playing or even looking at that guitar. Those 6 months where I honestly thought I'd never play again were some of the worst was one of the worst times in my life. I mean, everybody goes through dark patches in their lives, but for me, those 6 months where I don't even know how to put those 6 months into words, except for the fact I can put it into words, but not words that are strong enough to convey how horrible it was. The easiest way to say it would be living nightmare, living hell, and somewhat, I don't know how to say the last part without coming off as to use British uh my British blood and British side of my heritage. The only way to say the last part of it would be it would make me sound like a nutter, or if you know what that means, you know what the mindset I was in, because honestly, like I said, living nightmare, living hell, and there's one more I could use, but I'm not gonna use it because let's just say I don't want to risk getting my video taken down, and if I use how it really made me feel, the inflection in my voice would be let's just say the last term I could use for it, it it's the inflection in my voice would be not exactly normal. It'd be really low and really low, and if you know the background of my family, you'll know why that is hilarious. And and the like I was saying, the third way to describe how my brain was after my uncle passed would be really low, a lot of venom in my voice, and I truly don't want to use as much venom in my voice uh as it would be, because I really don't like using venom in my voice unless I'm like either really upset, or or I'm just in that dark corner of my mind. And at this point in time, I'm not in that dark corner of my mind. Thank freaking God for that. But yeah, it like I said, those 6 months were living nightmare, living hell, and one more, y'all can guess where my mind was when I was. Actually, I guess I could clean it up and say pit of darkness and pit of despair, which that was. I honestly thought I'd never play guitar again, and I remember after hitting play on that, after pulling up that link that my uncle sent me, it immediately wiped out the well, it didn't wipe out the fact that I had lost my late uncle, but it had reminded me of what I'd be giving up, and that's what re-sparked my love of playing guitar. And I can't thank my uncle enough for doing that. That uncle knows, um, well, actually, that person knows who they are and what they did for me. And hell, my mom's side of the family knows that, where my mindset was after that. I'm pretty sure a couple of people on my dad's side of the family know that too. But man, oh man, I'm so thankful I'm so thankful for that my uncle sent me that video, because if he hadn't, I wouldn't be the musician I am today, and I wouldn't be as as I if he didn't send me that video, I would have thrown away everything I had worked for, and he gave me back my passion for my music, and that was probably that was what gave me my strength to move on. And it made me realize what I would be sacrificing, and my late uncle wouldn't want me to sacrifice all my hard work. And it'd be the way I see it would be is, whoa, I'm starting to tear up a bit mentally. Um, the way I see it is, if I gave up on that, it would be really disrespectful to my late uncle, and I damn well don't want to do that at all. At least, well, I don't want to do that at all. But for those 6 months after that, like I said, living nightmare, living hell, and things like that. But yeah, I hope you guys have a really good day. I'm having a good day so far. I'm your host, Isaac Browant. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, leave a comment. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one. I know I sure as shit will. Peace out, y'all.